AWBMG, the sports show premiere. New sports talk for your ear, your mindset. A reset in this division, in this dimension. So please pay attention, so up your comprehension. This is sports talk at its finest.
Hello and welcome back to AWBMG Sports Weekly. It's time for another quick take. Jaylen Brown recently revealed that he hasn't spoken with Jason Tatum since his trade, raising questions about relationships between teammates after a trade. So, should we expect NBA players and teammates to actually be friends? Wesley, let's start with you.
Okay, so my first job in 1996, I was a paper boy. Do I keep in contact with those people? Never seen them again in my life. Never seen them again. So I worked at Burger King. I worked at a car wash. Every job you can think of, I did it, right? Some jobs, you form relationships with people, right? But that only happens with a few individuals.
Yeah.
It don't happen with everybody that you meet at every job. So we shouldn't be surprised by this. We shouldn't expect this. The NBA players, everybody is going to be together. Everybody's going to be friends. You know, you just do your job. And if you do your job like they did, they performed well. Made it to the Eastern Conference Finals a bunch of times, won championships. So they were successful with their working business relationships. Should we expect these guys to be friends? No. But I would expect, because of the years spent, that Jason Tatum would have said something reaching out to Jaylen Brown. I would expect that just from a respect level. Not that you got to be buddy and all that, best friends, but I would have expected him to reach out to Brown at this particular time, by this time. So, but as far as just being friends, no, we can't expect that. They're hired to do a job. They paid to do a job, and that's it. So it's not about being friends, but it is about mutual respect.
Mm-hmm. And how about you? Should we expect NBA players and teammates to actually be friends?
I don't speak to my current co-workers. Yeah. Ouch. So I'm with Wesley on the respect should have been given to him because they won a championship together. They played together. But personalities with fame mixed into it. Unlike a regular job, these guys are famous. One guy may be a model and have 50 endorsements. This guy got 26 endorsements. They don't even see each other until the season starts. So are they buddy? I think in middle school, high school, and stuff like that, you have time to do that because it's go home, school. So you can build up a relationship where you go, man, my fondest memories is when there was no money involved. That's the difference when the pros happen. It becomes a job instead of fun, like it was at college, in high school, and when you're a kid. It was fun, but there was no money in politics or anything involved. These are two grown men whom I still think wonderful things should have been said about the time they spent together as teammates. Not that they're friends, because look at Scottie Pippen shocked us all. Me and Michael Jordan never went to dinner together. Whoa!
Exactly.
They won 6. And Michael even complimented Scottie at his Hall of Fame speech, said, without Scottie Pippen, I don't win none of this stuff.
Yeah.
So the greatest gave compliment to a guy who's still bashing them to this day. Who knew? But they still got the job done when they were together. I wish that Tatum would have shown respect to Brown because he deserved that now that he moved on.
Yeah.
Because Brown didn't say anything derogatory towards the organization or anyone. He just moved on.
Right. And still choosing not to say nothing. In his latest press conference, he chose not to say anything. Just said he's focused on what's ahead. So again, these players, they don't have to be buddy buddy, but man, you should always be respectful. So what's the respectful thing to do when you won with someone? Like Alan brought up Scotty and Mike. Mike never said nothing publicly about Scotty that was negative, right? So he kept it respectful, even though things could have happened behind the scenes or whatever, and we know what's happening now. He still kept it respectful, man. And so that's what I'm talking about. You don't gotta be buddy buddy, but keep it respectful.
Now, Wesley, do you think it's normal for relationships to change once teammates become opponents?
Yeah, we can ask Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, So it's gonna change a little bit. Things are different. I'm on a new team now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do think it does affect it. But again, if the respect is there, then it won't change it too much.
Right. And how about you? Is it normal for relationships to change once teammates become opponents?
I'm going to take this personally because in fourth grade, I was a champion, and my buddy Ingemar Johnson didn't like it. Ingemar, if you're out there, let's talk about it. They change.
Yeah, it changes, man. It changes. But it shouldn't change that much. I would expect those individuals, because of the time. It's just like if you're on any other regular job for a long period of time, you want to hear something from your employer, your employees that show that they appreciated what you done. And in Jaylen Brown case, not just a tribute video, right? Because I know he probably gonna get a tribute video, but I want to hear something from my right hand man.
He deserves it.
Yes. Now, Alan, real quick, does friendship make a team stronger?
Oh, definitely, because you'll get to know things away from the sport that can bring you closer to, because you built a friendship. So to be bigger than just a task, you'll get to learn the person, what they like, what they don't like, because you've grown closer into getting to know their personality, their ebb and flow of ups and downs, and it just brings you closer. No different than family, or when you say you got a best friend. You have friends, then you have a best friend. The reason you have a best friend, you spend that time and invest that time in each other.
Yeah. Wesley, how about you? Does friendship make a team stronger?
No, absolutely
What?
not. You don't gotta be friends. You do not have to be friends, but you do gotta have respect. I keep saying this. You gotta have respect. Look at Shaq and Kobe. Shaq said all the time they won 3 out of 4. They won 3 out of 4, and they had so-called tension. We don't know, but they won 3 championships out of 4. That's pretty good. So, that's a winning percentage, right? So, and they wasn't buddy buddy. They wasn't buddy buddy, but they had respect. And then when the respect kind of went down a little bit on their 4th try, they lost, and Shaq had to be moved to Miami, right? But they won 3 out of 4, so you don't got to be friends.
But could I tap in on that, Brooklyn?
Absolutely.
For Wesley. But before Kobe passed, him and Shaq sat down, and Shaq said, had he been different, they could have won 7 or 8. So if they were friends, they could have won more rings.
No, not friends. Respectful. If he didn't want say this is my team, see, it's about the pride and stuff like that. If that was all calmed down, then they would have been able to coexist. But you had 2 alphas trying to run the team, and it just
What,
didn't work.
Wesley,
But it's not about friends.
if they were friends, that would have been worked out.
Yeah, but it don't necessarily translate to winning. We don't know if it's going to translate to winning just because you're friends. Two friends could try real hard and still lose.
I've never been productive
You
with
talked
people.
about the greatest. You talked about the greatest, Michael Jordan and Scotty. They wasn't friends. You talked about that earlier. Shaq and Kobe wasn't friends. They won. So everybody who wasn't friends seemed to win.
How about you ask Ingemar Johnson about that?
Well, that's our quick take on whether NBA
Maybe I will. You know what? Because
be friends.
People call.
Yeah, your friend is cool with me.
Don't do that.
Okay, time out, guys. Time out. Okay. Basketball is a team sport, but that doesn't necessarily mean every teammate has to have a friendship off the court. We love to hear your thoughts, so join the conversation in the comments. I'd like to thank Wesley Binns and Allen Binns for their analysis today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow AWBMG Sports for more discussions and quick takes. I'm your host, Brooklyn J. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.